Welcome to the Tactical and Technical Podcast. I'm your co-host Ethan. With what are we going? What are you going by?
Mr.
now?
Grizz.
Mr. Grizz.
Mr.
That's
Grizz.
right. Ty G. Mr. Grizz. I don't have a cool nickname.
T Grizzle.
T Grizzle. I don't have a cool nickname. The ones and twos. I don't have a cool nickname. We'll have to work on that. Maybe like Tired Boy or something. Sorry I wasn't here last week. I slept in.
You know, folks, I gotta tell you, like, Ethan and I have been talking about doing this podcast and doing this for a while. Each of us were like wanting to do our own, then we're like, we should do one together. But stuff happens, and you know, this year Ethan was like, I want to do the podcast. We're doing it. I'm doing it. I'm committing. I'm gonna be there. And sure enough, on the first one, he doesn't show up.
It wasn't the first one.
Yes, it was the first one. I got here.
Oh yeah, you're right.
I got here super early.
Yeah, you're right.
And then spent all this time setting up the camera and setting everything up. And I get a call an hour and a half later. I forgot.
I did forget. And then that one time I just called, was it last week? I was just like, I'm not coming.
Yeah, your kids.
Yeah. This time it wasn't my kids. I just stayed up way too late watching that show, The Chosen. So I finished The House of David, which even if you're not a religious guy, is a super cool show. Like the war fighting scenes.
Chosen's a good show.
Chosen's good. Yeah. Jesus just showed up, and so now he's doing all kinds of cool things. But yeah, no, I literally just started binging it last night. I was like, oh, this is great. And then looked at the time and was like, oh no, it's 11 o'clock. Ty's going to kill me. So I'm here.
So that being said, you're saying 11 o'clock was late for you?
Yeah.
It was 12:30 when I finally went to sleep.
Yeah, you need more sleep.
I was here at 4:30.
Right, but
editing.
I'll never downplay your work ethic ever. Not a harder working dude in my circle of trust. I just think you need more sleep. I just think you got to get more Z's in.
Why?
You're too old to not have at least 6 to 8 hours of sleep every day. I mean, look at me.
Yeah, but why sleep?
Look how ugly I am right now because I didn't get my beauty sleep. Look how ugly.
I know I get less sleep than you, and I look better than you. You look older than I do.
Ouch. That's harmful and hurtful. You are really old, though. Really old. 9 children.
I'm getting there.
Yeah, all kinds of things. All right, so...
Wait, hold on real quick. So I just want to address something. Everybody on YouTube was talking about the video of when I was talking about doing the dishes, right? Like it blew up, right? I mean,
and right when you said it too,
yeah,
right when we said it on the podcast, I was thinking like, that's the clip that's going to blow up.
It got a ton of views, and there was like 70 or something comments on it. And I can't believe how many people were like, weaponize incompetence.
Yeah.
And, he'll be, liking that dishwasher when he's getting divorced.
Yeah.
And all this kind of crap. Like, look, people, my wife and I have a great relationship. And we do what works for us, and we handle things the way that we handle it because we know what the other one needs and wants. Right? So when I say I don't get to do the dishes, I didn't do that on purpose. And it's not going to cause a divorce. If you're thinking that not doing the dishes is going to be the reason for you getting divorced, you need to rethink your relationship.
Yeah.
Stop poking at mine.
I was laughing so hard at like the dudes that were like, hey bro, why are you giving away our secrets?
Right.
What the hell?
Right.
Like I was dying.
One rule of Fight Club is we don't talk.
Yeah, I was dying. One of those comments was like, I'm not going to feel bad for you for releasing these trade secrets.
I know.
Like,
I know. Somebody's going to come take you out and nobody's going to feel bad.
I thought that was so funny. But it's to your point, like what we were talking about off screen, like you never know. You never know what's going to catch the attention, what's going to go. It's never going to be...
It's never like the useful information, right? I give out good information about AI, about tools, and about things that can help you.
10 views.
Yes, 10 views, 6 views. right? Zero. Some of them have zero.
Yeah,
I don't even understand.
Yeah.
Stupid algorithm.
And then when you talk about not doing dishes, it blows up. It's funny because like I've done it before, and I know you have in the past. We don't do it as much anymore, but you spend like an hour on like one post. It's gonna be like, this is gonna be great.
I know.
This is gonna be awesome.
The editing is great.
Oh,
the context of the words.
It's gonna blow up.
Right, like everything. Even though hashtags don't matter, you're like, I got the perfect hashtags, right? Like this is gonna be the one. This is going viral, and nothing. And then the stupid video of the cat.
Yeah. Or your dog video, the dog skiing.
Like 30 million view.
Yeah.
AI dog skiing.
So funny. You guys just pump out more of those. Just more of those.
The
pug doing funny things.
A little tech news. I mean, some of you probably already know this. I don't know if you knew it or not, but Sora, which is what I used to make that video, they're gone. They're done.
What happened?
OpenAI decided that it wasn't a good financial model for them, I guess, to do it, which is weird because they signed this $1 billion deal with Disney to be able to use like Marvel characters and Disney characters.
Oh, wow.
But I think the public really spoke out because people were putting out a bunch of slop, a bunch of AI slop,
sure,
right? And they were just bad.
Weird
videos. Maybe if they wouldn't have done it like they set it up like a social network channel, maybe if they wouldn't have gone that way, it might have stuck around. Who knows? They just came out with a new image generation model. It's beating benchmarks on Gemini and everything right now. But again, like we talked about before, next week Claude will step up and Gemini will step up.
Sure.
Somebody else will be the number one.
Yeah.
Next week. It's like, back in the day with AT&T, Verizon, and Sprint, right? And T-Mobile. Somebody always had the better deal. Somebody's got more towers. Somebody's got, they're all just fighting for the same thing.
Yeah.
Like, why can't they all just come together and be one?
I don't know. Because that would be a monopoly. But let's talk volume over quality. So, like, I tell people, this is what I tell people when I say volume is the key right now in social media. I say, draw a line in the sand on what your quality marks are. Everything above that line, post it multiple times, right? So quality's not completely out the window, but the primary these days the focus should be volume, right? Trying to get it up to at least 3 to 4 posts a day.
Yeah.
At least 18 short reels. Instagram and Meta really care about the reels, right? So they prioritize you if you can hit that 18 reel benchmark, 3 to 4 more posts, in behind those. Let's talk about the volume play, because you got me on the volume play early on.
So one of the first things that everybody does when they decide they're going to go in on their social media is they think that they have to have the best quality, the best video, say the best thing, all that kind of stuff. But here's the thing is you don't know what you're capable of. Most people that get into this, they don't have the money to hire an editor, to hire a script writer, to hire a producer, right? So they're just doing this themselves, and they spend so much time worrying about the perfection of it that they get left behind, or they give up, right? And so what I tell people, like you say that there's a line in sand, to me there's no line. Shoot it and post it. Whether it's edited or not, shoot it and post it as many times, because what happens is over time, every single time you do it, each one is going to get better and better and better and better. And then you're going to climb this hill, and then there's going to be this inflection point where one is going to take off, and you're going to be like, okay, that's what I need to replicate now going forward. And you just do that same way, right? Like, yes, you want to have a good video, right? But sometimes you just don't know, right? You go and you're like, I'm going to get some mics because my audio sounds bad when I just talk into the phone. So you just go buy a cheap little $20 mic. And then you realize, oh, that mic's not that good. So then you go get the better mic, right? And then you're like, oh, maybe my phone, I need to upgrade my phone. I don't have the money to buy a nice camera. But the new phones, I mean, iPhones are, if you got a 15 or higher, you're shooting good food.
Yeah, we're doing it on this podcast right now.
We're using an iPad and a phone right now just for the easeability of it.
Yeah. We look at all my partners, the way that we get after that, recognizing what goes and what doesn't is we don't look at every post's performance. We send out monthly performance on social media. We look at the top 5 social media posts of the month based on views, likes, shares, comments, all the things, right? And over time, I tell my partners, right, not in the first month, not in the second month, but by the 3rd through 6th month over this time, if you're posting higher volume, we'll really quickly, just looking at it, recognize what works, what doesn't, and then to your point, like let's just do more of what works and less of what doesn't.
Sure.
Right? Repurpose those things for ads and other campaigns. I've started doing that too, which has become really exciting. Using the I don't want to give him too much credit on it, but the Hermosi, style of it to where the litmus test for your ads and for your campaigns is, your organic posts. If they do really, really well, we'll take that photo, repurpose it into a flyer for your next campaign or your next event and push that out. And you can expect higher views because the litmus test has already been done, right?
Yeah.
People want to see that. The Scout Sniper Heritage Foundation, one of my partners, so Scout Snipers do this thing called stalking, right? They crawl through the grass very slowly. It's about getting 10 feet in 1 hour, like so slowly. Well, like there's not a whole lot of video content of that out there. It makes sense that there wouldn't be because you're not supposed to be seen, right? But we have like 3 or 4 of them. And I don't want to like overuse them too much because every time I use them, they do millions of views. And so we ran it with the Heritage Foundation and they did like 35,000 new followers in 2 days, So what do I do immediately after that? I'm like, I need more stalking videos, right? So I'm combing the web in Divids and Google and YouTube, all the things, trying to find more short little clips of dudes just crawling through the grass. And now we got about 18 of them. So now I want to really start pumping those out, but we only have 18 of them. So I don't really know what my plan is on that. Yeah. What do you think?
I mean, look, with the way that the Gemini image model is now, with the way that the ChatGPT image model is now, you could essentially screenshot one of your videos, and because you only need a few seconds, right? You could take one of those screenshots, recreate that image, and it's gonna be spot on.
To your point, like
it's not like 3 months ago, 4 months ago when it would completely alter your photo, right? When you're trying to recreate the photo, it would completely alter it and mess so many things up. Now you can get pretty much exactly what you're looking for, right? Then, because you're only doing it a few seconds, right? Using something like Google Flow or Kling or one of the video models, you can then animate that to where they're literally, because all they're doing is they're just crawling on the ground, right?
Yeah.
There's not a whole lot of complex things that have to happen in the video, right?
Yeah.
Where the somebody's walking up and their hat just disappears.
Yeah.
Right? That kind of thing.
Yeah. They're just moving at a snail's pace.
That's something where you could crank out 50 of those images in different settings, and then you just cycle those through CapCut templates, right? With the cool music on them.
To your point, the video that did 3.3 million views, it's 13 seconds long.
Yeah.
Like the average watch time on it was 12 seconds.
Well, my 30 million video, it was 8 seconds.
Yeah.
Right? Like, that's the other thing. People think we got to have all this long, drawn out stuff, right? Our attention span is that now, So, and then the other thing too, like we're talking about posting multiple times a day, people get nervous and they're like, oh my gosh, 3 posts a day, 5 posts a day. How do I, that's impossible to do. It's not. It's not. So with my clients, what I do is I tell them, look, you need a combination of video and static image and text posts, right? So if you have some type of automation or AI things set up to where you can write 30 blogs, right? Each blog can be broken down into 30 posts, right? Little snippets. And then if you can do one 30-minute video a month, that's 30 posts for the month.
Right now.
And
we have like 300 reels scheduled over the next like 45 days.
Yeah, I mean, guys, this is only our 4th episode.
Yeah, we're just getting together and hanging out.
We've had our accounts live for a month, right? A month and a day, and we've got anywhere from 3 to 5 posts going out per day. Just in the first month, with less than 300 followers, we're at 150,000 views across 4 channels. That's pretty good. And we're not even like selling anything, you know? Like we didn't do this to sell.
Not yet, Dixon.
Right. Or Born United. That was the other thing I was going to plug today. Born United. I love their t-shirts. So like that. Give me some Born United shirts. But, you know, putting out a lot of content is not hard, right?
People think it is.
People think it is.
Yeah.
But when you see it, when you break it down for them, they're like, oh, yeah, that's really not that bad.
Yeah. I'm working with this one partner, and they want to handle all the social media posting. I won't say their name. But they came back. I was like, we need 48 social media posts over this period of 6 months. It's not a lot. It's not a lot. They got like really antsy about, oh, this is so much work. And I was like, what do you mean this is so much work? Like, I don't have anything as fancy and extravagant as you do, but I have like really simple workflows.
Let's talk about how it's so much work, right? You got here this morning. I said, give me 10 minutes. I had to finish up something I was doing. What's going on right now on my computers behind us? I have ChatGPT Codex uploading 43 videos and posting them, scheduling them across all 4 channels for the next for the month of May, right? And then on top of that, I have Claude Code taking a video that I cut, creating all these cool transitions and animation slides and all that kind of stuff, and then building the whole video while we're doing this. You know, so like it sounds hard. And it's hard when you don't know it. But tying your shoes was hard.
Until it wasn't.
Riding a bike was hard until it wasn't. It just takes practice.
Mm-hmm.
It takes practice. Everybody in their business, they know how to do the thing that they know how to do, right? But they didn't know how to do it when they first started. You know, they didn't know how to work an Excel spreadsheet. They didn't know how to work a welding torch, right? But over time and practice, and it's just something that you have to do. And look, if you don't have the time to do it, you hire guys like us. Boom. You know, if you don't have the time to learn it, but you want to learn it and do it yourself, you hire guys like us to come in and teach you how to do it. You know, I have an appointment next week. I'm going to teach a marketing lady at a boat dealership everything that I know to get her off the ground and let her do the things on her own. And when I walk out of there, the owners of that place, her bosses are going to be like, what the hell just happened? Because she's going to have 10x the output and the tools and things that she had before that.
Right.
You know?
I told a friend the other day, like, it's all in our imagination, like what it can and can't do, right? AI and in this space. I've got, not including our like 300 reels right now, I've got like 1,000 pieces of content scheduled across 8 different platforms. Like Close Quarters has 1,000 pieces of content scheduled right now.
Yeah. I mean, look, I saw Gary Vee. Gary Vee posted something. He was like, y'all need to watch because over the next 2 months, it's like across the Gary Vee channels, we're going to have 400 to 500 posts per day.
That's insanity. That's nuts. Absolutely nuts.
And as long as you, like I said, most of the time they focus on perfection.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, how many of our clips are out there? There's one where you're talking about, I think it was when you were talking about the prayer.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, you go into the whole thing of like, the guy told this really cool opening prayer and you're about to say it and then it stops.
Yeah.
But it don't matter. Right? You want to know the prayer? You go to the YouTube, watch the whole thing.
Watch the whole thing, yeah, 100%.
Right? And then I saw another thing that was really interesting yesterday. This guy was, he was at a coffee shop or something, and a fan had come up to him, and he's like, "Oh, hey man, I love your stuff. I love," and he's like, "Oh, you listen to the podcast?" And they're like, "No." Well, how do you? He's like, I watch your clips, right? So we used to think the clip was, the bait. Right? The clip will drive them to watch the whole thing. But now people are they're on TikTok and they're watching a whole, podcast episode, one clip at a time.
Mm-hmm.
Netflix just came out with a thing, or they're about to come out with a thing that's clips. They're having a function on their mobile app that is clips, because you see on Instagram and TikTok and everything, that's how I find my new movies and TV shows.
Yeah.
Is I find a clip of something that's interesting, and then I go find the name of the show and where to watch it. So Netflix is trying to take advantage of that.
Right.
And they're going to build basically a social network function into their mobile app.
I don't really have to watch the Sean Ryan show. I know what the episodes are because of the billion clips that come out from it.
Well, and then he's, on top of that, he's got a bunch of people he promotes, like, clip my stuff. Mm. Clip it and repost it. Clip it and repost it. We don't care. Mm. And that's the way to go about it. Like, don't try to gatekeep and be like, I don't want you sharing my, you can't post on TikTok my clips and start making money on it. Who cares? So
it's out there in the internet, in the interwebs. We need to change the podcast name to Two Tired Dads. Or One Tired Dad and one obnoxious one that doesn't sleep enough. Do you have any travel planned? Do you have any new travel coming up?
No. We're coming up on the end of school, so we're just dealing with that. I'm supposed to be doing some stuff this summer.
But I'm going to Soft Week at the end of May in Tampa, Florida. That should be pretty exciting. This year, so every year at Soft Week, Special Operations Forces Week, every other year at Soft Week, they have this helicopter insertion show where these SEALs get in this helicopter. They come in on the beach and they fly really low for everybody to see. And then these SEALs like jump out in the water, go under the water, and then they like come up on the beach, in front of everybody and stuff. So that's happening this year. They do it every other year. So it's happening this year. So I get to go watch that cool guy stuff.
Are you going to have content though?
I'm going to
get content.
I'm going to get content. I'm going to get it. I'm going to do it. Ty's always giving me a hard time because I know my lane really well. I'm not a videographer, photographer. I'm the CMO, like marketing strategist guy. And so a lot of times I'm like shaking hands and babies when I should be like with my phone out or with my Meta Ray-Bans on, taking pictures, taking video. And every time I go somewhere, Ty scolds me for not taking enough photos and doing enough videos.
Everything is content.
Everything is content. It is content. Gary Vee says something about that. He's like, views are monetary.
Yeah. This document, don't create.
Yeah, views are currency. But I'm looking forward to that show. That should be a really good time. There's apparently a whole street full of like military veteran nonprofits and associations and stuff like that. I'm going out there with the Combat Diver Foundation. I haven't talked a whole bunch about them. They're a really unique foundation for the bubbles, all the guys that do all the underwater stuff. Pretty cool little niche in the military because they're all inclusive, I guess is the word. Because Air Force PJs have a combat diver school, Green Berets, SEALs, Raiders, like every branch of Special Forces has a underwater scuba, realm. So they're not restricted by branch or job. It's pretty unique. Can get pretty difficult sometimes. But we just put out Frogman Friday for them. So it's all the cool guy underwater stuff, seals coming out of the water and
Yeah.
Dudes getting absolutely tortured on the pool deck, so that's pretty cool. Build My Raffle's going to go on its not maiden voyage, but I mean
Well, you've got one running right now.
yeah, one's running right now. Small Marine Corps League from our buddy Steve. They're raffling off a Christensen Arms bolt action. It's pretty nice. But
it's functioning.
It's functioning. It's doing what it's supposed to do.
I hit you up last week. It raised like $700.
Yeah, something like that. So. Yeah, so they're getting after it. They don't have they're just doing it the old school way. Like they're going to other Marine Corps leagues and VFWs and American Legions and taking cash and stuff like that. But the big one is coming with the Corps Medical Foundation.
Yeah, that'll be a real test for the system.
Yeah. There's 14 referral links. I mean, I got links for the Instagram bio, links for all Facebook posting, links made for the email marketing. Like, we're going to be able to track everything.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty excited about it. It opens.
You're going to have to be monitoring it pretty good too.
Yeah.
Because at least for the first, how long's the raffle?
Oh, it's like 4 or 5 months. So it goes from
at least for the first 3 weeks, probably you're going to need to be monitoring that closely because you're going to have this influx of visitors to the site and you don't want something breaking.
Yeah.
Last thing you want is, what's the guy's name from Corps Medical?
Oh, Sydney?
Yeah. The last thing you need is Sidney Gordon calling you and be like, yo, site's down.
I got it, Sid. I'm on it. He can be intimidating. Yeah. So yeah, got to make that man happy. But no, it should be a wonderful time. It opens May 1st and it'll close September 10th, and then they'll draw the winners on the 11th. So they've got all these strategic partners: Nick Kumalatzos, Cody Alford, Vincent Vargas, Mel Chansey, a list of them that are on board to push this thing out really heavily. And they got like 11 million followers across all channels.
Look, Cody Alford's a great dude. I met him at SHOT Show. He's a scary looking guy, right? Like, look, people think that I'm scary.
Yeah, the tattoos.
I'm a big guy, tattoos, beard, right? But Cody's jacked.
Yeah.
He's got face tattoos.
Yeah.
Bald head, right? But when you talk to him, sweetheart.
Salt of the earth.
Such a freaking, just a good, just down home dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
He's got that
super polite.
He's got that RBF too, right? It's just his face.
But you can come up to him and when we were at SHOT Show, we were at some party and people were coming up, hey man, can I get a picture? And he was all for it, you know what I mean? So yeah, those guys are all cool guys. Hopefully, I'm sure you'll have me monitoring shit too.
Oh yeah. We're gonna have to dual hat it, because after that we're gonna put a paywall on Build My Raffle and we'll push it out to the world to use. I'm excited about it.
If you want a raffle right now, go to buildmyraffle.com. It's free.
It is free right now.
Check it out. If you need help, let us know.
Oh yeah. I was thinking about that the other day. It is I built it for me, right? So it's pretty intricate at this point, right? I've got terms and conditions separated now, so you can you can customize those, and all these affiliate links and these the cash option now has a register link. It's getting a little complex now, so it's still a valuable tool. Obviously, anybody can figure out how to use it, but I am thinking of ways to like simplify it, make it even simpler for.
Well, what you do is you have tiers.
Mm.
When we go with the paywall, you have tiers. Your base tier is you get the raffle,
Yeah,
and that's it. Next tier is you get the raffle, you can have the cash option and something else. And the next tier, after that, is you get all of that plus now you want to do the referral links and all that kind of
analytics
stuff.
and things like that. Yeah,
I mean, or you can just make it one price.
We'll figure it out. Yeah. The maiden voyage will probably tell us how we should skin the cat. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. It's going to be a big raffle. They got like $50,000 worth of prizes. So it's like a Sons of Liberty Gunworks Mark I. So this rifle just got the, I guess they just got a DevGru contract, so a SEAL Team 6 contract to source them with all their rifles. A Genesis 12 gauge shotgun. It's like the Gucciest of Gucci semi-auto shotguns out there right now. And then they got like I don't know anything about bows, but they got a Hoyt bow and a whitetail, like all expenses paid whitetail hunt, and that's just the stuff that we've released so far. Like the campaign calls for us to release more stuff.
Yeah.
In like the midway point, and then the last 2 weeks we released one last really cool thing that I was told I'm not allowed to talk about yet. But some famous people might put their John Hancock on those weapons. So we'll leave it at that. But it's going to be pretty cool. I'm excited about it.
Very cool. Well, let's talk about some gear.
Yeah, let's do it.
Gear stuff real quick, and then we'll be done, I think.
Just the 2 cents of mine. This is arguably the best training tool that I've ever seen when it comes to dry fire training, both being like super fun and super beneficial to your shooting. The ACE freaking
So
system.
If you guys don't know what this is ACE, virtual shooting system, right? So this is a Staccato P4. It's weighted and everything to be the exact match to the Staccato. You take your controller and pop it in and out, and then it's got your trigger. I don't know if you can hear that clicking. So you've got the trigger wall and everything in there. But like there's real like badass professional USPSA shooters that train with this on a regular basis, right? So like before I got into shooting, like I didn't know what I was doing, and I didn't want to go spend money all the time, right? So
you already had the meta.
I already had the VR, so yeah. So if you use like this is the Quest 3S, you can use the Quest 3, Quest 2, and you put it on, and it puts you in scenarios. There's actual stages that you can do. You can hear the tinging of the metal plates. There's a zombie mode where you got to kill a bunch of zombies that are robot zombies.
I've wasted a lot of time in this office with that game.
Drones coming that you can have drones flying by, and you got to shoot the plates off of that. It's really a great tool. My wife, she loves this thing. I think we've shot. I think last time I looked, we were like just over 250,000 rounds.
Jesus. That's the coolest thing about it for me is you go into like your little hut, your little like gunsmithing hut, and right down there on the wall, it has an estimate of how much money in 9mm ammo that you've saved.
Mm-hmm.
And this guy had this thing for like a week, and he was already up to like $3,000 in saved ammunition.
What's even cooler is like, this thing is 3D printed, right? So let's say you don't own a Staccato P4. Let's say you own a Glock 19 Gen 5, right? You can 3D print one yourself and take the controller the firing controller out of there and replace it, and then you can actually practice dry fire with your actual gun. There's guys that have started businesses out there where they're making all kinds of different models. The one guy, I can't remember the name. I'll have to find the name, but he makes a freaking AR.
Oh, that's cool.
So you can practice dry fire with your AR. You know, now granted, in the game you're still firing a 9mm, but still, it's all about the muscle memory and everything, right?
That's right.
And then not only that, you can do it without the gun. Let's say you just got the game, but you don't want the gun. You don't want to spend the $200 on the gun. You can use just the controller and play the game. And then on top of that, they have holsters, so you can practice, your drawing and everything.
And G-Code made you a custom one
with G-Code. I think was this their Paradigm, or I can't remember which holster this was, but they modified it and shaved it down so that it fits in there perfectly. And because of their RTI system, right? We have the RTI on both sides. So I'm left-handed, my wife's right-handed, or you're right-handed. So I literally can just pop that off and go to the other side.
Go to right side.
And somebody can practice doing that. If you have two people, you can do team. You can play team online. Like you can go into a field with another person, map out your area, bring some chairs, and be like you're getting out of a car. All that kind of stuff. So really, really neat, really fun. It's like $20 a month or something like that for the game system.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that there's a few other companies out there that have something similar to this. But I'm surprised that nobody's tried to replicate, turning the controller backwards.
Yeah. It's
the only thing I wish that it had was recoil.
There's other options for that. I'd wish that you could actually like pull the magazine out.
So yeah, you would think that the Ace would have done that, incorporated that, and they might be doing it later down the road. But a lot of the guys that have started their companies that are building these, they're making them with actual mag drops, so you can actually do an actual mag drop and replace, and it reads it. So
yeah, it'll still do it, in the game, but you're rocking on unlimited ammo. You just keep squeezing that thing, and
you can turn it off, the unlimited off, right?
Oh, okay.
You can turn it to where you only have X amount of bullets in there, and then you have to do the mag drop and smack the bottom of it.
Gotcha.
Things like that. It's just not. It's not as fun.
It's not as fun. Unlimited ammo is way more fun.
I like to feel like John Wick, right?
Yeah, 100%. No reloads needed.
I was just watching John Wick the other day, and I'm watching it, and I'm like, dude, how many bullets does he supposedly have in the gun, right? And you're watching him when he's getting dressed, and he's like loading mags and stuff, and you sit there and you count, and it's like, there's no way.
Yeah.
He'd have to have 30 mags.
Yeah.
Around his belt, and he's just loading 2.
Yeah.
On the side.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They should be like 22 round magazines, but to your point, like if you got 1 in the gun and 2 on your body, that's only, math is hard, 66 rounds, something like that, 60 to 70 rounds.
Yeah.
And he shoots way more than that.
Firing 1,000.
Yeah, he shoots way more than that in the movie. That's Hollywood for you. Yeah, big shout out to G-Code for doing that up for us while we work for them. They're an awesome company. Hopefully they said that they were going to try to do a collab with Ace, right? And do something.
Yeah, last time I talked to them, Ace was supposed to be sending them all of the models of guns that they have so that they could make custom holsters for it. I don't know if that came to fruition or not, but there's other people that make them too.
Yeah,
pretty cool. What is the necessity? What's the line? Something about necessity is the mother of invention or something.
Oh yeah. I know the line you're talking about.
I can't remember the line, but people saw a need.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, I can do that.
Yeah.
Right.
100%. That's cool. All right. Well, we'll wrap it up. Thanks for tuning in. Talk to you next week. We'll talk more about G-code gear. We still got to do this.
Yeah, next week we'll do the.
Oh, you want to do that?
Yeah, let's do that next week.
This is a Irish Defense Force MRE that I got at the International Sniper Competition. So we're gonna break this bad boy open and eat it next episode. Looks like we're gonna be having raspberry toasted muesli with milk and beef stew. So it'll be great. There's a bathroom 10 feet that way. We'll need it. But yeah, tune in next time and we'll break that bad boy open.
Yep. All right. We'll see you later.